Ever wondered how the great generals of history managed to change the tides of war with their strategic prowess? They didn't just stumble on success, they harnessed the power of strategic thinking, a tool not only vital in the battlefield, but equally crucial in navigating the everyday conflicts of life. From the boardroom to the living room, strategy is key. And where better to glean this wisdom than from the master strategist himself, Robert Greene. Today we dive into the 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene. Scene script. Strategy 1. The polarity strategy. Opposites can, in fact, attract success. This strategy is about understanding that contrasts can be a powerful tool. When you highlight the differences between you and your competitors, you can draw attention to your unique strengths and capabilities. Next, we have Strategy 2. The chain reaction strategy. This is about setting off a series of events that will lead to your desired outcome. Think of it as a domino effect, where one action triggers another, which triggers another, and so on. It's about understanding the interconnectedness of events and using that to your advantage. Then comes Strategy 3, the non-engagement strategy. In some battles, not engaging can be the best course of action. This strategy is about knowing when to hold back, when to observe, and when to strike. Strategy 4, the flanking strategy, is all about attacking from the sides. Instead of going head-on, this strategy suggests finding an alternative route, a less expected approach to achieve your goals. Finally, Strategy 5, the center of gravity strategy. This strategy is about identifying the source of your power and making sure you protect it at all costs. It could be your team, your unique skills, or a key resource. Whatever it is, guard it with your life. These strategies, when implemented correctly, can turn the odds in your favor. Moving on to Strategy 6, the false flag strategy. Sometimes, deception is the key. This tactic involves the art of disguise, creating an illusion to mislead your opponent, making them believe you're on their side, only to flip the script when they least expect it. Then we have Strategy 7, the counterattack. If you find yourself on the defensive, this is your go-to strategy. It's all about turning the tables, responding to an attack with an even stronger one of your own. The goal? To break your opponent's momentum and seize control of the battle. Next up is Strategy 8, the chain of command. This strategy emphasizes the importance of organization. By establishing a clear hierarchy, you ensure orders are followed and information flows smoothly. It's the backbone of any successful campaign. Strategy 9 is the decoy. This involves using a bait to distract your enemy while you execute your real plan. It's a game of misdirection, making your opponent focus on one thing while you're busy doing another. Finally, Strategy 10, end the battle. This strategy is about knowing when to stop. Not all battles need to be fought to the bitter end. Sometimes it's wiser to conserve your resources, retreat, and live to fight another day. Remember, the best strategy is the one that is least expected. Scene script. Strategy 11, the chain reaction strategy. Cause and effect can be your ally. This strategy is about setting off a sequence of events that multiply the effect of your actions. Like a row of dominoes falling, one action can initiate a cascade of reactions, leading to a result far greater than the initial push. Let's move on to Strategy 12. The Blitzkrieg strategy. It's all about overwhelming your opposition with swift and unexpected actions. By keeping them off balance, you can exploit their disarray and seize control. Next up, Strategy 13, the counterattack strategy. In the face of aggression, don't just defend, counterattack. Use the momentum of your adversary's attack against them, turning their strength into their downfall. On to Strategy 14, the strategic depth strategy. It's not just about the immediate battle, it's about the war. Create layers of defense, make your position unassailable, and you'll have the resilience to withstand any attack. And finally, Strategy 15. Take the initiative. Don't wait for opportunities to come to you. Be proactive, dictate the pace, and shape the field to your advantage. Remember, these are more than just theoretical concepts. They're practical tools, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. The real art of strategy lies in understanding the situation and knowing which tool to use. Strategies are tools. The key lies in knowing when to use which one. Next, Strategy 16. The chain of command strategy. A strong leader can make a strong army. This strategy emphasizes the importance of clear communication and delegation. It's about knowing when to lead, when to follow, and ensuring that everyone knows their role. A well-oiled machine operates smoothly when everyone knows their function and executes it to perfection. Moving on to Strategy 17, the decoy strategy. This is all about distraction and misdirection. By creating a false flag or decoy, you draw attention away from your real plans. It's a game of smoke and mirrors, where the goal is to keep your opponent guessing and off balance. Next we have strategy 18, end the battle. This strategy underscores the importance of knowing when to stop. It's about avoiding unnecessary conflict and focusing on the bigger picture. Remember, not every battle needs to be fought, and not every hill is worth dying on. Strategy 19, weaving the seamless web, is about creating a network so interconnected that your opponent can't find a beginning or an end. It's about creating a web of alliances, relationships, and connections that are so complex and intertwined it's impossible to untangle. Lastly, strategy 20, take the initiative. This strategy encourages you to be proactive, not reactive. Don't wait for things to happen, make them happen. By taking the initiative, you control the narrative and set the pace. Each strategy adds another layer to your strategic arsenal. Strategy 21, the chain reaction strategy. Every action has a reaction. Use it to your advantage. It's like a game of dominoes, where one move can set off a series of events. The key is to understand how to orchestrate these events to work in your favor. Moving on to strategy 22, the blitzkrieg strategy. This strategy is all about shock and awe. It's about moving swiftly and decisively to overwhelm your opponents before they even have a chance to react. It's a high-risk, high-reward strategy that requires careful planning and execution. Next we have strategy 23, the counterattack strategy. Think of it as the art of turning the tables. When under attack, instead of retreating, you strike back with a force that your opponents didn't anticipate, leaving them scrambling to recover. Up next is strategy 24, the strategic depth strategy. This strategy involves creating layers of defense that are hard to penetrate. It's about having a plan B, C, and even D. It's about ensuring you're never caught off guard no matter what happens. Finally, we have strategy 25, take the initiative. This strategy is about being proactive rather than reactive. It's about setting the pace, dictating the terms, and controlling the narrative. It's about taking charge and steering the course of events towards your desired outcome. A true strategist knows how to adapt each strategy to their advantage. Finally, strategy 26, the grand strategy. Sometimes the bigger picture provides the greatest advantage. It's about thinking beyond the immediate, considering long-term outcomes and aligning smaller tactical decisions with overarching goals. Moving on to strategy 27, guile and deception. This strategy emphasizes the power of misdirection. Sometimes making your opponent believe something that isn't true can give you the upper hand. Next up, strategy 28, chain reaction. This one is all about setting things in motion that will lead to a series of events, taking you closer to your goal. Essentially, it's about creating a domino effect. Strategy 29, enveloping. This strategy involves surrounding your opponent, leaving them with no escape routes, and forcing them to face you on your terms. Now let's talk about strategy 30, morale. This strategy is about inspiring and motivating your team, maintaining high spirits, and using this as a weapon against your opponent. Strategy 31, dirty hands. Sometimes you have to do the unpleasant tasks yourself to ensure they're done right. Next is strategy 32, chain of command. This strategy is about maintaining order and ensuring that everyone knows their role and performs it effectively. And finally, strategy 33, non-engagement. Sometimes the best strategy is not to engage at all, especially when the odds are stacked against you. These strategies, though initially intended for war, can be adapted to any situation requiring strategic thinking. So, we've covered all 33 strategies of war by Robert Greene. We've delved into the depths of strategic thinking, highlighting the importance of understanding and applying these principles not just in warfare, but in everyday life. From the chain reaction strategy to the chain of command strategy, each one offers a unique perspective on how to navigate through the turbulent waters of conflict and competition. These strategies, while rooted in historical battles and political maneuvers, are versatile tools. They can be adapted and applied to modern situations like navigating office politics, winning negotiations, or even strategizing your next chess move. The beauty of these strategies lies in their flexibility. They encourage us to think critically, to anticipate and adapt, to be proactive rather than reactive. They remind us that every situation is unique, requiring a tailored approach. Remember, the most effective strategy is one that adapts to the situation. Embrace the unexpected, and may you always find the winning strategy.